We can start in about 3 minutes.
Sorry, yeah. So every Tuesday we do these production Zoom trainings, and this week we have Khai. We're really excited to have you and train us on modern lead conversion.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. And shall we get started now?
Yeah, we can start getting started, and I'll let people in too if they come in. Realtor time.
Okay, sounds good.
And yeah, we're excited to have Khai. He is a 3 or 4-time icon agent, which means he's in the top 3% of our brokerage, which is over 82,000 agents. So it's crazy to have him on here and with all his production. Last year, he did 32 million with 100 plus closings in 2023. Is it you've been investing in real estate since 2013? And how long have you been in real estate for, Khai?
So give or take now is over 10 years already. But the first few years, basically, I'm just investing in my own real estate investments, long-term rental specifically. And
Oh, wow.
didn't get started with a whole real estate business until probably like about 6 years ago. Yeah, so 2017,
Okay.
2018.
That's really exciting. And you have 2 teams, CGP Realty Group, and you just started CGP Commercial.
Correct. Yes. Yes. And that was very excited actually because um, during the time when I was with corporate, as you can see, most of my experience is in commercial real estate at the time. Um, and our team actually specialize in multifamily. But then when I get into the full-time residential business, I don't really do much commercial business until now when I start CGP commercial again. It's fun to get back. It's a very different gameplay.
Yeah, how long has that been? When did you start
Uh,
that?
about a year ago now.
Okay.
And so, well, since we are husband and wife team, my wife mainly handle the residential side. And thanks to our awesome teammate in CGP, they do everything quite well. So give me some time to do more commercial side.
To focus on that and get back into that. Well, it sounds like you two are a power couple, so
Yeah, it is fun. Especially oftentimes, it's more like she's the boss, I'm just the driver,
yeah, always listen to her.
That's right. That's right. So I guess yeah. I mean, it's already 5 after the hours. So let's just go ahead and get started. We probably have people turning in from afar, and we have a few people online here. How's everyone doing? Do we have? Would you guys be able to interact with me today for our trainings? And okay, let me see. I have a few questions. If I can get to know you guys a little bit better, so that way I know how to tailor the example and conversation as we go. Is it okay to ask you guys a few questions?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, all right. So, who has gotten their license this year?
I do. Ethan.
Okay, awesome. Congratulations. That's great
Thank you.
step.
Thank you.
Yeah, anyone got their license last year?
I did.
Okay, anyone else?
Yeah, it's me. I got license last year.
Okay, okay, okay. So I assume the rest of you probably get your license at least a year or two ago. Okay, okay, that's good. Now, who has closed a deal in 2024?
I did.
Congratulations. What a
Thank
great way
you.
to start the year. Yeah, yeah. And who have some closing last year?
I did.
I
You at
did.
least? Yeah, yeah, congratulations. Okay. Now, let me ask this. Who here has at least one difficult client?
Makes me crazy.
Right, right. And that's the nature of the business, right? That's part of it. But hopefully, some of the tools and a script that we talk about today may help you handle some of them. Okay. Who won another closing this year?
Everybody does.
Oh, come on.
Everybody.
Yeah, give me some energy here. Yeah, we all want some. Okay.
Right.
And let me see. Do you know where your next clients come from?
That's a good question.
Come on. Who has the answer for me here? Shout it out,
Facebook.
guys. Give me a few ideas. Help everyone else here. Where your
Referral,
next client will come from?
referral,
The what?
referral,
I didn't get it.
referrals, word
Referrals.
of mouth.
Oh, referral?
Yes,
Okay. That's awesome. I think that is the number one source that I would hope everyone have is referral because those are free and they come with a warm introductions, right? All right. But I think this is one of the questions I ask myself every day. Not because I don't have the answers, but I like to ask myself so that way I will constantly think about the answers. And I hope that you can do the same thing for your business. Okay. Now, what are you hoping to learn today?
modern
Me
way
to
of
generate more leads.
lead conversion.
Okay, yes. Is that because you have any difficulty, anything that you faced lately that you would like to have an answer to? No? Okay, well, I'm just gonna move on, and then I'm sure that we will be able to get some in the way. And then feel free, okay? Since we have a pretty small group, anyone who have any question along the way, feel free to interrupt me or slow me down, and then I will get those addressed for us. Okay. But basically, for the idea of today's topics and content, I want to quickly go over, a few foundations thing that can help with our real estate business. And then, even though the main topic today will be lead conversions, but we cannot talk about lead conversion without talking some about lead generations, right? Because lead generation is also part of the game. So I will mention some of that as well. And then I will share some of the scripts, maybe some of the phrase objection handling that have helped me in the past, and hopefully that it can help you as well. And then because of the short time that we have today, most of our stuff will be high level with some takeaway. Because if we have to go dig down into each individual topic, it probably will take longer than a few hours. Okay, let's dive in. So anyone want to guess what are some of the foundation that we should have in our realtor business? Now, number one thing is mindset. I think that is super important because if you don't have a strong mindset, if you don't understand the name of the game, it's very hard for you to carry through. Especially there's always hurdles thrown at your way when you start the business. There's some challenging, some difficult client along the way. And if you don't work on your mindset, it's very hard to keep carry on. And we will quickly touch on one of the aspect of the mindset that can help you right away. Okay. And then the second foundation that we should always have is skill set. We have to understand that in real estate is actually very simple. However, there's a few skills that we want to master it quickly and early on in the game. So that way, whenever we start building out the business, we already have those ready to go. And then the third foundation is your habit. Why is so important? Because you want to be able to create some very good habit, because habit is just a new thing that anyone can learn. As human being, we can add new habit, new routine anytime, any day we want. However, the hardest thing is to make that new habit become permanent to us, right? So we want to be mindful about what is one more habit that we want to learn to do, so that way it helps our business. And then if we can do that, we want to keep repeating it day after day, so that way it becomes as simple as, wake up in the morning, we brush our teeth, wash our face. So you want to have those real estate habits. And mainly, I want to share a few focus today on money generating activities, because I feel like sometimes as we go through our day-to-day in real estate, we keep ourselves very busy, but sometimes we got busy for the wrong reasons. And if those busy things doesn't really help us make money or generating new clients for our business, it's not money generating activities. And those are habits that we want to get rid of. For example, a lot of time we may spend like half a day, a full day trying to design a perfect looking business card. Or sometimes you shouldn't, right? Instead, make the standard one that you can use ready to go out and have conversation with people. That will definitely more focus on the money generating activities. Lastly, equally important is knowledge. You want to make sure that you are knowledgeable in the field of real estate, right? Because the real estate have so many applications. And if you start learning about one area, two area, make sure you don't stop there and you constantly master your craft so that way you can confidently talk to any client and you don't let the client to tell you that it's not a good time to buy real estate. Why? Because it's always a good time to buy real estate. It's a matter of which one you're gonna buy, right? Now, before we move on to go a little bit detail on all of this, I just want to mention one thing that, you know, over time, whenever we talk about building realtor business and lead generation, lead conversions, there are three things probably that we can truly control, right? There's so many different elements, so many different surprise things throw your way, but there are three things that you can control every single day. The first thing is what we say, okay? And the second thing is how we say it, and then how many people we're gonna say it to. If you see clearly that those are the three things that you can control, you can do that every single day, and don't let anything else interfere with you, okay? Now, so let's talk about mindset a little bit. What is success? Do you all want success? You want to be successful, right? Can someone share with me real quick? What is your definition of success? Yes, anyone? Do you
Achieve your
not want to be successful?
I think like you should achieve your target. When you set your target
Mhm.
for 1 month, for 3 months, for a year, whenever
Yes.
you achieve the first step of your target, it's successful. It's like it depends on how you feel about that. But to me, when you
Yes, yes.
set the target and you when you got it, it's success.
Yeah, yeah. As simple as that. I think that's awesome. Tuan, thank you for sharing. If you set a target, you get it, you become successful. Anyone else want to share what they feel they should have before they feel like they are successful?
Hi,
That's when, yeah.
Oh, hi, Ken.
Hi.
Hi,
Got-
Khai. Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Karen.
Okay, so I just want to share like to me, if I'm successful when I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, being happy. That is also very important. Um, because that's why earlier, like Tong say, right? If we get a target, we get it, we feel successful. But sometimes it depends. If that one thing makes you happy, then that's also be success as well. Yes. Okay. So for me, I think my definition of success, I think like partly like Karen say, is happiness. So you want to quickly define what makes you happy, because the more clear you are about it, the better chance that you have to become successful. And in here, if we talk about the real estate business, you need to have a clear vision, clear pictures. What is success to you in the real estate business? Some people, they have been doing investing in real estate, they have a part-time corporate job, and then they just do some real estate on the side. To them, if they can close 1 or 2 houses extra a year, that's their success definitions, right? But to some people, they want to close at least 10 houses a year. Some other people, they say, you know what, I want to help at least 20 family, 20 first-time home buyer. It's make me happy when I see people settle into their dream home, their first home. And then some people, they say, well, my success is when I'm able to help investor get into property that have a lot of cash flow, appreciate a lot of equity. I can see that for myself, right? So you want to see it, can you see yours? How clear is your visions? And then when you have that, you have to decide, do you want it enough, right? Sometime along the way, we may get carried away. And then we say, okay, I want to be successful. I want to close 10 houses this year, 20 houses this year. And then when you look at their schedules, they barely have one appointment a week to talk about real estate. Then that means you don't want it enough. But my kids happen, my job happened, my this and that. Well, but you let those taking you away from the thing that make you want it, the thing that make you happy. Why, right? So then we may have to reprioritize our schedule. And hopefully one or two things that I share in a little bit will help you go through that and maybe filter out some of that distraction as well. Okay. So, all right, cool. Enough about mindset. Let's dig into the data and the knowledge. Okay. So I want to quickly, have a quick overview, remind everyone. This has helped me during my first and second year in real estate. And I hope that it can help you the same way. You want to start thinking about your real estate business as a pipeline business. It's not transactional, because if you only focus on one transaction at a time, the minute you close on that client, you have nothing left. You have to restart everything in the next month. But if you start thinking about your real estate as a pipeline, it's powerful, because that means, you already look far away. Okay, who can I help 3 months from now? Who can I help 6 months from now? And then keep pulling into them and then converting them along the way, because you cannot have a strong lead conversion without a pipeline. And what is pipeline in real estate? Okay, just like this cycle, okay? Everyone gonna starting out as your contact. Contact, what is the simple definition of contact? A name and a phone number or email address. That's it. Now, of course, along the way, you have to work on them, the different things that you can do. But from contact, if that you determine that they have real estate need, then they become prospect. Phone number, name, and have real estate need, prospect. Because prospect is your hit list. You want to hit them, right? And then when those prospects, they start looking for real estate, they start looking for things, then they become a lead, because they actively want to look at houses, they want to get pre-approval, they want to work. And then if you can successfully convince them to work with you, then they become your client. They close a deal with you or two, right? Now, after closing, that's not it. The journey about to get started again, right? Just because you close a house with someone, like earlier I asked, if you have a closing this year, if you have a closing last year, why do I ask that? Because those people can become your client this year as well, or next year, right? Who knows? Sometimes they want to buy an extra house. Sometimes they want to sell the one they're in because of circumstances in life, right? Or sometimes they are your biggest spokespersons, right? Because when you close a deal with them, they're happy with it, they will refer you more business. Like Mohammed said earlier, one of his deals is from referral, right? On coming up. And so I think that it's important that we keep this in mind. So our ultimate goal for lead conversion is simply moving people through the stages. So you identify your list of people, and then you see where they fit in this circle of pipeline. And then the next thing you do is every week, you want to make sure you spend time to moving them from one state to the next. And of course, anything that closer to close, that's your priority, right? Because the closer they are to the close, then that means the closer you are to the closing, to your paycheck, right? Now, if they further away, then you have different plan for long-term follow-up as well, okay? Now, but that sounds like a lot of work. So how exactly can I, or can you, control this pipeline, right? One of the things that I want to introduce to you is the Pareto principle. It's called 80-20 rule. And when we talk about 80-20, we want to see that in the real estate business, just like everything else in life, there's 80-20, meaning there are 20% of the activity that makes you the most money of the 100% of the real estate business. 80% of that are something that you kind of have to do, but it doesn't really help you. So you want to minimize those as much as possible. And that means every day you want to focus on the top two things. You always want to block out your time. Doesn't matter if it's 2 hours, 1 hour, but it has to be every day for lead generation and lead conversion. What do I mean by that? Sometimes we go through a day, we do so many things. Maybe we do all the things in blue right there, but we don't really do any for the true gray area. That means, what is lead generation? Lead generation just acquiring new client, right? And then lead conversion is we make sure that those clients stay with us and close a deal with us. Basically, as simple as that. Now, if you go through a day without at least those two things or two categories, then you're missing out on building your business. You get carried away. So you want to make sure that if you have appointment, if you practice your craft, if you negotiate deals, you still don't forego of lead generation and lead conversion. Because without that, it's very hard to build business further. Now, besides this 20% of activity, you also want to have other things that can help build your business as well. And I want to suggest 3 more things that you should focus on that can help with your conversions. When you're building your business, and if you notice, I keep mentioning this real estate, this realtor gig is your business. It's not another job. You don't want another high-paying job that you don't have control over the outcome. This you have control. So in order to build your business, these 3 focus that you want to have every single week. Okay. Well, first thing first, we are in the modern age. So you need to make sure no matter what, you have to have a strong online presence. What does that mean? Well, make sure that your website is up and running. Make sure that all your information on there are up to date. It's easy for people to find you, call you, contact you, right? And with so many social media platforms out there, you have to be on it. Well, you don't have to be active on all of them. There's no way, right? Oh, some people are able to manage that when they build out a system and team and everything. But if you're starting out, or if you're just running things on your own, just make sure that you create at least a minimum profile on each of the popular platforms out there. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever. And one of the most, another professional one is LinkedIn, right? Make sure at least you have a good profile for landing page. Because oftentimes when you go out to meet people, they already see you, they already talk to you, but they want to see who you are. They're going to go online, they're going to search for your name, realtor, real estate, whatever. And you want to make sure that whatever they find is the information that you want them to see. And the more profile that you have on all these social media sites, the easier Google going to show all those pages to them. So that way they can see who you are and if that's someone that they can do business with, okay? And then networking, of course, industry event is always helpful because that's when you can brush up on your knowledge. And the more you know, the easier you have real estate conversation with people. But mainly when we talk about acquiring client and converting client, open house still a very prime source. A lot of time it got overlooked. But I highly recommend it if you do able to block out some time for the week, do 1 or 2 open house every week. And you will increase your very strong presence in the community. Okay, and along the line with that, the more people you meet, the more potential lead that you have. And if nothing else, you get a chance to practice your real estate conversation. There's no shortcut. You have to practice time after time to get better at it, right? And then lastly, referral. It's not a given. Make sure that every time if you meet people, you have past clients, always ask for referral. If you don't ask, you don't get. If you just because they know you're real estate doesn't mean they will automatically send client your way because they are too busy with everything else. So you got to ask. Okay. And then I think that one thing that really helpful for me whenever I want to have a real estate conversation, either if you read a lot of real estate articles, just pick one every week and use that as a sharing point. It's always so easy for you to talk to someone when you say, oh yeah, I just read about this. Do you know? Blah, blah, blah. That will help you carry through the conversation if you have nothing else to say. And then, the next 2 things that will be helpful will be, like home valuation service or neighborhood report. But those are more specific, right? To have a general conversation about real estate, any real estate article and topic is the best to get started. Okay, now dig down into the lead conversion thing. I have this formula. It's very simple, but a lot of times it's got overlooked. So do you know if you have someone who really want to buy a house with you, and there's only 2 things that they really need. The first thing is they need to get pre-approved. Second thing is they got to find the house that they like enough to make an offer. And if you have those two things, you're gonna keep offer going, keep offer coming, right? It's not very simple, but if you think back about the pipeline, the circle of pipeline that I shared earlier, you want to focus on, hey, if I already have 3, 4, 5 people that I know and talk to about real estate, but I haven't even helped them make any offer yet, then you know they're missing one of these two things. And if you know that, that will translate to your actual activity that day. Hey, I have 4 people, they already have the house they like, but they haven't got pre-approval yet. So then your conversation with them will be all about, hey, talk to lender, hey, talk to lender, hey, submit your paperwork, hey, do that. But if these 4 people, they already pre-approved, they just don't have the house that they like, hey, make sure that's all you focus on. Hey, send them 1 house, 2 house to check it out. Hey, let's go on showing. So that way, if you focus on the activity that needed to move them to the next stage, it's easier for you to move them to the next stage. Now, however, if you kind of neglecting them because you say, oh, they still haven't found a house they like, I will just wait until they found one, and you spend more time on other people or prospect that not even pre-approved yet, then you're missing out. Because every day during the week that you're not contacting your active lead, the people that have real estate need already, guess what? They are so ready that the minute that they meet another realtor, another one, they will jump on it, make an offer right away. And then you miss out, right? So make sure you're proactive. Just because and then understand what house they're looking for so you can find house for them. Don't wait for them because they have their own line, they're on job. Sometimes they don't actively look at houses until late at night. But if you control that process, you send them some choice that you know they like, you can move the needle, okay? All right, so let's actually just go down into the conversation. When you do have a conversation with someone, what are some of the things that you think that may help you, right? And some of the questions that I keep asking myself is, okay, if I talk to a buyer, after I talk to a client, how do I figure out, what really motivates them? What do they need? And how to connect them to the actual money question. Sometimes we feel awkward about get pushing them for pre-approval, right? So some of the questions that come up along the way that help me, and I hope some of that may help you as well. And before we dive out to the question, I want to highlight this book, right? Ninja Selling. If you haven't heard of it, check it out. It's awesome. It's gonna help change your real estate business, right? But basically, the author say that, one of the best script that you can have is anything that offer a solution to their problem. And if you're able to provide value, provide them what they're looking for, you're not selling. You're just simply offering advice and service. And if you can do that, they will happily buy with you, sell themselves to you. But oftentimes we may focus too much on the selling and not the closings. So we want to reframe ourselves that way. Every time we talk to someone, we want to ask enough questions to identify the problem first. And then after that, offer your solutions. Like for example, oftentimes it's easy to ask someone you met at open house or a new referral you got, hey, what do you want in a house? And then you go on and on about different things, and then you go out, hunt for the house that have those things, right? But it will be easier if you reframe the question from the beginning and ask them, hey, what are some, you tell me several things you want, but if I have a list, which one is nice to have and which one is a must have for you, right? And the reason why that's important is because sometimes everything they want may not exist in the house or maybe not in their budget. But if we didn't separate them, the one that they really have to have in the house, we may lose the chance to introduce them to some of the choice that they can make offer on right away, right? And if they don't make offer, then we cannot move them to the next stage. So then we want to make sure that we always go back to the solution base. And the only way for us to offer a solution is we truly know what they're looking for. Okay. So now, how do you talk about your value without appear like bragging about it? Who here have come into a situation where you feel awkward about talking about yourself, or you don't know how to brag about yourself confidently without sound like arrogance? Does anyone have that problem? Anyone want to talk about themselves and why they should be my realtors? Come on. I want to buy a house soon. Who wants to convince me they are the realtor for me? Ethan, you gonna try? Oh, Sophia.
Hello. So what I usually say, because I'm young and that could like turn off some people,
Okay.
because my age can look like I don't have experience. What I say is because I'm young, I have no other responsibilities other than real estate and responsibilities to my clients. Like I'm not married, I don't have kids, and
So lucky.
So I'm more than happy to, give my all to my clients and go that extra mile for them, literally and figuratively.
Oh my God, that's perfect. All right. What do you guys think? You think that's good? Cheon for Sophia? Yes, yes. I think so. I think a lot of time it doesn't really have to be super fancy or anything. It's just the one thing that you can say that you committed to do better than any other realtor out there. That's enough. The fact that you're winning is because you say it to the client. A lot of realtor out there, it's very hard for them to articulate that or even communicate that to the client. They think, oh, the client will just know. No, no, they don't. A lot of common sense is not common sense. You want to be able to say, articulate it. So the next slide, I want to introduce you to something that can help shape the framework a little bit. If that's something that you can use. Okay, I have learned through it to different real estate training and program, but I feel like it is a very good formula to use. And what exactly is it? So the ABC of selling from the beginning of time, I don't know, everyone have heard of ABC, right? Always be closings.
Right.
That's sound familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, so for me, I feel like, well, another take to this that I learned is action, benefit, and commitment. And if you use this every single time, it will make your conversation so fluid, so easy to come out. But it have a good effect in converting that lead. Okay. So A and C, the same every time. You don't even have to change it. The only thing that you need to plug in that you're on is the B, right? So for example, hey, all we need to do now is simply set an appointment for you. And of course, depending on situation, it's either, hey, let's go look at how this weekend, let's set up that appointment, or hey, let's set an appointment to do buyer consultation about the home buying process and you are so new to it, or hey, let's set an appointment to take a look at your house to see how much we can list it for, blah, 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 all of that. So, but the first question is we just want to make a statement that, hey, so next, all we need to do now is simply set an appointment for you. And then benefit, this is when you insert your benefit. Hey, because hey, I'm the buyer specialist in the area. So when we sit down, I will go over all the choice available to you based on the list of what you want for this house. And then we will identify the top one that we can really dig down into researching and to see if that's a good fit for you. So tell me, when is the best time for us to get together? Is it weekend or weekday? That's it. That's it. If you use this every single time for your first time interacting with a client, with a lead, with a referral, you increase your chance to actually get somewhere, get moving to the next step of that pipeline, right? But the key here is you want to practice the benefit. So simple, so concise, and straight to the point of exactly what they care about. Because guess what? Every prospect that you talk to, they always ask themselves, so what? Who cares? What's in it for me, right? So you want to make sure that you have those questions in your head and you help them answer them. When you say your benefit, if you answer those questions, what's in this for me, for them, they will go with you. They're going to continue moving on with you to the next step, right? Yeah.
Hi, it's Coach Camp. This point that you're talking about here, I think is critical, especially for, you asked at the beginning that you've got several new realtors
Yes.
on the call. And I just got a quick comment. You know, some newer agents might have it in their mind that your script, for example, this one guy, they're saying in their mind, ooh, that's a little pushy. You know?
Yes.
Oh
Totally.
my, I'm not so sure I can do that. So my question to you, Coach Khai, is this. Here's the question, is like, do you subscribe to the thought, the reality that, hey, they're a great realtor. This is a great realtor. And so the prospect, even if it's a little pushy, the prospect is not surprised. It's because that's what great realtors do, right?
That's right. It's
Great
confidence.
realtors, sometimes they kind of ask pushy questions.
That's
Like,
right.
you know, like a pushy question that comes to mind. I ask it a lot with my buyers is like, so how old are your kids? And then they'll say, well, my daughter's 12 or my son's 13. Oh, really? Are hormones starting to race? And they'll say, well, that's a little pushy, Mr. Collins. Well, I don't mean to be pushy, but that means you may need an extra bathroom, right? Am I wrong? And they'll
No,
say,
totally.
yes, yeah, you know what? That's probably something I didn't think about. So maybe we need to find something with 3 full bath and not 2 full, you know, et cetera.
Yep.
So I just, for the newer agents, I thought, you got me thinking, Coach. You're doing good. So thanks for the interruption.
Of course, always. And I think those are great points because that's tied back into that statement from the book Ninja Selling, right? You want to be solution based. And without asking question, without making statement, that may make it a little bit, pushy or assumptive in some cases, that without that, you cannot offer a solution. And the only way for you to get to know them is actually ask questions to show that you care. And you only ask further questions because you care. And you don't just accept what they tell you as is.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
I think awesome, good. And so yeah, so for anyone else on the call, I think that if you feel like this still kind of strange, kind of awkward, a little bit, not you, practice it. That's the only way. And the one key that make this yours is the B, the benefit. If you can make, just like Sophia earlier, that's perfect, right? Imagine if Sophia start telling the client, hey, all we need to do now is set up a showing for you this weekend or appointment for you this weekend because, hey, I'm the person for you. I'm young. I don't have other obligation. I'm free all weekend. I can make sure that I won't rest until I find you your dream home. So tell me, when is the best time for us to get together this weekend, morning or afternoon? Boom. Just like that. The client who hear that from Sophia feel like, oh my God, that's so true. She's free to show me Saturday and Sunday. She don't have to spend time with her family, blah, blah, blah. That's a great benefit. If anyone hear that, they want to work on it. So what I have for you guys, if you guys can figure out your benefit and work on it and perfect it so that it's your and use it, let me know later on. I would love to hear success story from you guys. If you're able to use this to set appointment and to get any new client, new lead converted, that'd be awesome. Love to hear from you. But before that, for homework, if you like, you can try to spend on these 4 topics, okay? Because your benefit sometimes is only good if it really speaks to the person you're talking to. And so you want to make sure that you understand the need and want of these 4 group of people, okay? Because you're gonna meet them more often than not throughout your real estate journey. First-time home buyer, what is your unique value proposition for them? What benefit are they looking for in an agent? Maybe as simple as able to walk them through the repair list, the inspection period, or just simply understand the real estate process as a whole, right? And then empty nester downsizing. What's important to them when they downsize? Or move a buyer who wants to upgrade their first home to their forever home, right? What are they looking for in a bigger home? Are you offering whatever the resource and the value that they're looking for, so that way they want to look for you, right? And then investor, if you're talking to investor, they wouldn't care about anything else but the good property, the good appreciation, the good cash flow, right? So you make sure that you say some of that in the benefit of working with you, because ultimately, if you can frame these answers to the question of, hey, if someone were to buy a house in my area, why would they want to buy with me, right? As long as you keep that answer constantly in your mind, no matter who you talk to, you can always articulate at least one good reason why they should work with you. Okay, awesome. Moving on. Any question, comment so far? We're good. We can move on. All right. So these are a few of my favorite phrases, and I'm a firm believer that over time you become successful. It's not about what you say, but it's more on how you say it. And a lot of time, what helped me is I caught myself whenever I work in real estate, I tend to ask the question, why? Right? When someone tell me, oh, that house is too expensive. And I'm like, why? Oh, I don't want to make an offer on this one. I'm like, why? Right? And then when you start asking that kind of question with that kind of tone, oftentimes you may appear to be offensive, aggressive, or the client is already in the emotional situation. They may have a buyer remorse or whatnot, and they just don't want to move forward. And then if they feel like you are attacking them with the why questions, sometimes it may not help the situation. Now, but imagine, what if you just gonna be asked the same thing, but differently, right? So if they say, if we show them 10 houses, they find everything they like about the house, but when we ask them, hey, you ready to make offer on this one? No, I need to think about it. Well, instead of asking why, you ask them, hey, what is it especially you need some time to think about? Right? Does that sound a lot better, a lot easier, a lot more engaging, inviting? Yes, yes. And it's the same exact meaning as why do you need to think about, right? And so, but these are what I encourage everyone to try to use. And by all means, I don't come up with this myself. Actually, in fact, everything that I've talked about today, I didn't come up with it myself. Most of them, on maybe 90% of them, I learned it from others, from different sources, from training, from all the great people come before me. So real estate is not rocket science. To come to it, maybe after 2-3 months, 90% of everything going on in real estate. But the most successful real estate persons, they focus on the mundane thing. They being consistent on the basic tasks day after day, day after day. And one of that is you can upgrade your vocabulary. And I learned this from the book, Exactly What to Say for Real Estate Agents. And this author is amazing. Actually, the first time I hear about this book series was Exactly What to Say. In general, that can apply to any single situation. And the cool thing about the book is they have the phrase, there's about 20 something of them throughout the book. They have the phrase, they have an example how to use it in the context, and then they have several examples how to use it in real estate. So it's amazing. After you read it through a few times, you can make some of this yours. And you may not like all 20 something phrases that they have in the book, but if you pick out 3-4 phrases and use it consistently, become your vocabulary, you'll be so good. And you make all the conversation with the client a little bit easier, right? And so instead for attacking certain things, you say, help me understand. Help me understand about your thought about current market condition. Why are you saying it's not a good time to buy, right? And then how important it is that you move before the holiday. These are some of the questions that help them to overcome some of the objection that they don't need to buy right now, right? So if you can paint a picture, you can paint what they're looking for soon with this kind of phrase and questions, it's gonna help you with a conversion to the next step, okay? All right. Now, do you find yourself sometimes, maybe some of the newer agent, you're not sure what to ask whenever you meet with a prospect. You feel like there's so many questions you can throw at them. Well, what I do is actually keep a short list of questions in my note at all time. During the first year, before I show a house, before I meet with the general people who are looking to buy in the area, I just want to few facts, they're very focused on. By the time I ask these few questions, I know that I can come up with a list of potential house that they want to buy in this area. So I don't walk away from that conversation with nothing. I will always walk away with the conversation with something that can help me follow up with them, right? So some very basic thing, right, to help me understand their situation, what they're looking for, what are some of the things that tie them to the area, if that, right? And then, that always want to ask if they are currently renting. So that way, if they are renting, they will just simply say yes. If they already own a house, sometimes they even say it very quickly. Oh, no, we're not renting. We have a house. Oh, we have a house to live in. So what does that mean? Potential listing appointment for you later on, right? So you want to focus on that and have some of those questions in mind. And then I always have the question about communication too, because I realize over time that people tend to have different preference. So I will ask them, hey, if I found some good house for you, do you prefer them through text or email? And I found that most people, when they hear me ask this kind of question, they understand that I care about their communications. And it will actually help me know for sure how to follow up with them too. Some people, they prefer to look at email on their computer. Some people, they just simply like to quick text on their phone. So, but you have to ask because people's preference are so different from time to time. Now, the next set of questions that is very helpful would be question to ask lead when you talk about number, financing, money, right? And so you can always open up with a very general question. What price range are you looking at? Now, oftentimes we may find some pushback and stuff when we start talking about financing. Are you pre-approved? Do you get pre-approval? So I would lessen the degree a little bit and say, whatever the number that they give me, I say, just curious, how do you come up with that number, right? And so a few scenarios can happen where either they say, oh, I got pre-approved for that number, so that's my max. Oh, okay, now it's good to know, right? Or sometimes they may just say, oh yeah, I just pulled that number out of the hat, and it's random number, that sounds good to me. Then you know that you want to get straight to the question of connecting them to a loan officers. And what really helped me in the past is try not to ask for permissions. You need to assume that they want to move forward with you already, because that's the only way for you to increase your chain of conversions. And it may sound a little bit awkward at first, but the more you do it, the more it comes naturally, right? So in this case, if I find out that, oh, I just randomly pulled that number out of hat, then I know for sure that I need to talk to a loan officer. I know for sure that I need to get pre-approved, right? But I don't just ask that right away. Hey, would you like to get pre-approved? No. Would you like to go talk to an officer? No. I would ask them, would you like to save some money when buying a house? Of course, everyone would say yes to that. So then that's when you can lead to the next question. Hey, I know a local guy. He has helped many of our clients. Let me connect you. So that way you can learn more about financing size of things, right? And we can use that to help every single time. Moving on. Okay, so the last thing that we have here is the one question that I often use to isolate objections. Whenever you're at an open house or when you're showing home to clients, at the end of it, if you haven't found out everything about what really motivates them, ask them, if you need to change one thing about this house, what would it be? This question sounds so simple, but it will really help the lead to narrow down what they don't like about a house. Sometimes they can give you very generic answer like, oh, I just don't like this house. Well, what exactly do you not like about it, right? Sometimes people just feel that, but they haven't articulated that either. But by asking this question, you can help to really nail down, okay, is it the kitchen? Is it the living room? And whatnot. So whenever you're able to say that, then I think it will definitely help you with understanding the lead motivation and moving on to the next step. Okay. All right. Now, I think that's, that pretty much a few things that I have to share that can help you with some of the lead conversion. Next, I want to take a quick snapshot with the start of our industry. And I think if you can really see through this number, it's really motivate you through your lead conversion timeline, okay? When you look at the sale industry, 92% quit after asking a lead 4 times, okay? Asking for the business, basically, right? And then 60% of the buyers say yes. after the 5th time that you ask. So what does that mean? That means only 8% of the sales agents end up with more than 60% of the business. Does that make sense? Can you see through this number? It's crazy, right? That's why there's a saying, say, fortune is in the follow-up. Now, can that be you? Can you be the 8% of the people who have 60% of the business? The answer is yes. However, only if you keep on going after trying 4 times, because 90% of the people out there already stop or quit after asking 4 times. And I think just for the sake of statistic out there, the general feedback is what is enough is enough. 7 to 14 follow-up time. That is ever enough. If you do more than 14, that may be too much. But anywhere between 7 to 14 times, that is acceptable in the industry standard. Okay. Lastly, I have a few parting words that may be able to help you guys in maybe newer in the business or has been in the business for quite some time. Especially we go through a very challenging year of 2023 with also an higher interest rate environment. But no matter what, if you get down focus on the game of lead generation, lead conversions, closing can happen every day forever, regardless of market conditions. You cannot control the result, but you can control your actions. Okay. And you just need to focus and outwork every agent in your market if you truly want it. And you need to be able to see the vision in order to want it. And sometimes if the client really get out of hand or too difficult, it's okay to fire them, because you better fire them and then go work your time and effort into the next one, the better one. It will definitely help your business. And again, we are in a business that is 100% unlimited. If you want it, you can get it. Don't limit yourself. Okay. Now, when we talk about we care, it's very important. If you care enough to dig down, answer more questions, put a relationship in it, that will be your biggest return on investment, because they're going to come, they're going to do multiple transactions with you. They will send you multiple referral because your business is your brand. The more that you show people your value, you care, your business will grow, right? One other important note is try to be resourceful, but never be the source. It's very important to know that. You only want to be directly the source of anything real estate related, transaction-wise. But anything that's not, don't try to be. Just refer them out to the right professional that can do it. Always learning, know your product, know your craft, right? The fact that you are here on this training, this topic, I think that really tell me that you know your product, but you always want to be learning. And I think that's super important. That's a wrap for us. If you guys have any comments, any questions, I'd love to go over it now.
Super.
Is it helpful kind of thing, everyone?
This was great, Khai. Thank you.
All right. And last parting gift, I have a bonus that I think will blow your mind the same way that it blew mine. Okay, I just find out about this about maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago. I assume everyone here must have heard of ChatGPT, right?
Yes.
Is anyone using it on a weekly, daily basis?
Yes.
I had tried it once and it was amazing.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Have you tried the voice functions of ChatGPT?
Not yet.
Okay. Do you have the ChatGPT app on your phone?
Not on the phone.
Okay, so there is I don't know if you can see it, but there is a ChatGPT app on your phone. And there's a little headset icon at the bottom corner of it, right? And I never even know. Apparently they have this upgrade probably a few months ago, whatever, but it was never like a big announcement or anything, right? So, but apparently one of the things that you can do is you can articulate everything that you ask or communicate with ChatGPT by voice, and it will answer you by voice. So what does this have to do with lead conversion? Well, what I do is I activate the voice, okay? Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi, can you help me? Sorry, technical difficulty. Hold on, let's try again. Hello.
Hi, how can I assist you today?
Okay. I'm a local real estate agent in the Houston area. I need help practicing talking to lead and conversions. Can you help me?
Absolutely, I can help with that. Are you looking for advice on how to start conversations, how to respond to specific questions, or something else?
No, I
Let me
want
know
you
what
to.
need the most help with.
No, I want you to helping me with script practicing. Can you pretend to be a home buyer in the Katy area? And I will be the agent talking to you.
Sure, I can do that. Let's start. Hello, I've been looking into
Wow.
buying a home in the Katy area and came across your contact information. Could you tell me a bit more about how you could assist me in finding the right home?
Yes, would love to help you with some houses. What type of house are you looking for in the Katy area? 2 bedroom, 3 bedrooms?
I'm actually looking for a 3-bedroom house, preferably with a spacious backyard. I'm also interested in neighborhoods that are family friendly and have good schools nearby. Could you
Oh,
provide some options or guide me on where to start?
of course, I would love you to help you. Do you have a budget in mind?
Yes, my budget is around $300,000 to $350,000. I'm hoping to find something within that range that still meets my needs. Do you think that's feasible in the Katy area?
Oh, totally. That's great. I'm just a little bit curious. How do you come up with that number?
I arrived at that budget after reviewing my finances and speaking with a financial advisor. We looked at my income, savings, and what I'd be comfortable paying monthly for a mortgage, considering
Wow.
other homeownership costs like insurance, taxes.
See how amazing it is? Well, you guys can hear the conversation, right?
Yes, that's really cool.
Right? So imagine this. If you know, some of the things that we talk about today, like the benefit value, the overcome objection, imagine instead for you have to go look for someone to practice with you every day. You can be practicing with ChatGPT. 10 p.m. in the bathroom if you want to practice real estate, you can. Not gonna bother anyone, right? And but yeah, so that's what I'm saying is, just download the ChatGPT app on your phone and then look for the headphone icon on the bottom right corner. And that's how you activate the voice. And then anything after that is up to your imaginations. If you feel like, hey, I just have difficulty talking to seller, okay, ask them to be a seller. Or if you have difficulty talking to investor, then you can be, hey, be a bitchy investor. Well, be a difficult investor who very picky with their investments and so and so and so and so. So you set the parameter. And after you do that, then just tell them exactly what you wanted to do. Hey, I'm a new realtor. Hey, I'm a realtor here. I want to practice. Can you ask this? Can you pretend to be this? And it will carry on so and so, so and so. And then oftentimes when you ask a question and you see its answer, it will help you formulate a plan in your mind on how to talk to this kind of people. Cool, huh? It's
Very cool.
blow my mind. So, and I hope that little tool can also a little bit add on that can help with your real estate business. Okay. And anything else, if you have any question, any thought, any comment, or want to share your victory from what you learned today, connect with me, text me, let me know.
Thank you, and Kai, for all the valuable information today. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. Take care. Have a great week.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Kai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you, Kai.
everyone.
Super,
Bye,
super.
bye everyone.